So today I'm going to talk to you about the exchange theory as part of your Introduction to Schools of Sociological Theory, Unit 3, and specifically exchange theory as per the contributions put forth by Peter Blau. So some of the important things that I would like to speak to you is that about Blau's contribution, and basically it is related to his work which we call as Exchange and Power in Social Life. So in this particular work, Blau analyzes institutions and he lays emphasis on the properties that emerge from institutions, the character of social institutions, communities, of social structure. So example, he says society is heterogeneous as it belongs to different religions, castes, etc. But individuals are not. And Blau therefore lays emphasis on the point that in order to understand complex social structure, one must study the simplest everyday processes. Thus, according to Blau, we cannot analyze processes of social interaction apart from social structure. So say for example, if you want to understand caste and its role in the society, caste has a structure in which you have a hierarchy of people. But if you want to understand this caste structure based on the hierarchy, we need to understand how do people interact amongst each other, of different caste groups interacting with each other. On that we will be able to understand various aspects about the caste structure. Thus, in his analysis, he makes suggestion that how an exchange perspective can best explain behavior. And therefore he focuses on three main areas. First, non-economic exchanges. Second, exchange and social integration. Third, exchange and power. So coming to the non-economic exchanges, the first point, he says that people's general objectives in non-economic exchange is based on friendship and love. So there are many things in life in which we tend to exchange either time, things, both tangible, intangible, with each other, and these are basically having no economic bearings. Means basically you will tend to give in your time or things to people and you won't expect anything in return, and this is mainly because of friendship and love. So Blau points out that some social associations are intrinsically valuable. That means we consider this relationship valuable to us, and therefore because of which we might be doing a lot of things for the others. For example, when your mother wakes up late night and sits with you, when you are not well, she does this because she doesn't expect it in return, but because of love. And for example, another example, when our friend is in trouble, for example, say his bike is punctured somewhere and calls up to us, come, I need your help. You might go and help out. That again is done without anything in return, but rather based on friendship. So again, in relation to this close relationship which we might have these exchanges, if something goes wrong, say you did something wrong to your friend, or your friend thinks that you did something wrong, you might try to convince your friend that you have done it on mistake, and try to impress upon your friend to forgive you. And basically what you do is impression management to present yourself to the others. The second point on non-economic exchanges is associates who promise rewarding extensive benefit can command favorable returns. So we tend to, depending on the type of things we do with the people whom we love, we might also get the same thing in return. Next important point which he laid emphasis was exchange and social integration. And here Blau believes that social exchange is extremely important in social interaction. There are two general functions of social exchange. So basically here he lays emphasis on why do we have exchanges with people? And basically it is because of social integration function. Firstly, the first function is that any type of exchange creates bonds of friendship. So like when you smile at someone, the person smiles back to you, it contributes to a bond of friendship. And varied other type of exchanges that we have, it contributes in the same way. It also establishes some level of subordination and domination. So how does this happen? Say for example, there is a birthday party and you give something to someone which is very valuable, and that person may never able to give that to you. In a way, it establishes certain level of domination and subordination. That means you directly, that other person, with reference to you become indebted to that person. Thus, exchange in a way increases social integration. And the last point which he lays emphasis in his exchange theory is about exchange and power. Thus, here power involves two distinct forces. One, the degree to which one partner in exchange is dependent on the others for services, and two, the value of the services which he offers in return. So here you see power is based on people's normative obligations. Any service provided, there is a hidden obligation, such as if we receive something, we must return it. However, if we don't receive it back, then we accumulate that obligation towards others by directing them to do as we want. So as I told you earlier that how do we establish power relationship to exchanges? Like say for example, you were there for someone when the person needed you the most, and you spend a lot of time, and say that person never gave you back that time. That means that person is indebted to you. Similarly, you gift something for someone on a birthday party, and again that person cannot return the same gift back to you. That means that person will be indebted to you. And this is how you establish relationships of power on the basis of your exchanges, both in terms of tangible and intangible things. So with this, I think the main important questions which you need to focus on is, you can try to find out the answers to this. Why are non-economic exchanges important according to Blau? Second, what is the relationship between exchange and power? And third, what are the functions of social exchange? You can refer to George Ritzer's book and specific page numbers 344 to 68. Thank you.